Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. If you guys have a Dodge Dart guys and you have a 2.4 engine, okay, and you're trying to replace guys the timing sensor, also known as control valve sensor guys, stay with us and we'll explain what needs to be done. It's not as easy as you think, and as you can see we got the engine out of the car. Now you do not need to remove your engine guys. Why we did it? So we can guys show you where things are and we can show you in a really good angle with the camera. Otherwise it's impossible to show you with a great detail. So we'll have more than 100 videos on that engine guys, and more than 200 videos on this car and every car we get at the shop, because our mission is to save you as much money as we can. So please guys, subscribe to the channel and like the video guys. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Let's start on it now. So now guys, okay, let me explain where things are here. Okay, that sensor guys, okay, for the timing sensor, it's located on the back side of the engine. This is the wiring harness right here, and this is the sensor that goes there. Now in order even to get to it guys, first we'll need to remove that intake tubing out of here so we can get more room. So we'll start on that now and then we'll continue. So now that's the engine cover. Grab it guys, pull it firmly. Okay, you have 4 bushings, okay, that attach to the engine. 1, 2, 3, 4. These bushings guys, okay, let me explain to you, okay, where they attach to the engine. Right here guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. Now we need to go ahead guys, okay, and we need to get a 10mm socket. There is one bolt that we need to remove. Okay, and if guys the engine is in the vehicle, that intake hose will be connected to the air filter box. You need to get that clamp loose, and once you get it loose you can just pull it out. Now right here, okay, usually you will have guys, okay, right here you will have a clip. Ours is broken. It will be a round clip like that. You just remove it with the panel removal tools, but ours is done. Now on the back side right here, we need to disconnect the intake temperature sensor. Press down, pull out. Now that clamp is for the throttle body. Get it loose as well guys. By getting it loose we'll be able to pull that, okay, that tube up. Perfect. Now I'll go ahead, pick it up. Okay, and it's out of the way. Now we'll explain what else needs to be done now. Now guys, if you have a special socket that fits on top of the timing sensor, okay, right here, that will be super convenient guys. It's a special socket that's cut in the middle and you can go ahead and remove it. We have the socket listed in the description of the video below. We just ordered one, but now unfortunately we don't have it, so there is a way around it guys, and I'm going to attempt, okay, to remove it. But what we'll need to do, we'll need to remove that timing solenoid, okay, so it's not so close to the sensor, and I'll be able to use a wrench on it. So that's what we'll be attempting to do that now. Stay with us, we'll have to do a few more things before we get to there, and we'll be removing it in a little bit. Next guys, we need to disconnect these lines here, and let me show you what we need to do. Okay, now right here we need to disconnect them from that bracket, so you kind of like spread it a little bit. Okay, there is 2 teeth holding it, one here, one there. Spread it and you can pull them out. Okay, like that. Next guys, what do we need to do? That's the fuel line right here. Fuel line usually will be under enormous amount of pressure, so I would recommend not to do that guys unless you're experienced. Use gloves, eye protection, all that stuff. Make sure you do that on cold engine. Make sure you don't have open flame. Make sure you have fire extinguisher on the side. Why? Because fuel will spray and it can hurt your eyes, your skin, so be careful. And also your car or anything else can catch on fire. You can catch on fire guys. So I wouldn't recommend to do it. Consider that this is an entertaining video, not a how-to video guys, especially if you're not experienced. Pull that thing up, okay, that blue thing needs to go up like that, you can see. Now let me explain what else we need to do. Right here I'm going to turn it a little bit. That white thing we need to push it in. Push the line in a little bit. Okay, push the white thing in and start pulling out. Now you have enormous amount of pressure. Hold a rag or something so it doesn't spray in your eyes. We do not have any pressure because ours is cut on the other side, as you can see, so that's the only reason why we don't have any fuel pressure. How we remove that hose now here for the purge valve? Right here you have 2 green things, one here, one on the bottom side. You need to grab those things and push them in both at the same time and pull it out, guys. By doing that, it's going to actually spread them and you can disconnect them. From that point on, you can pull that foam piece gently out so you don't break it, okay, and pull it to the side, okay, just like that. So let's continue now. So what else, guys, we need to do? Okay, we need to start removing a few things now. First of all, okay, we need to remove that plastic thing for the, okay, and this is a pretty big size, but actually comes by hand. This is that holds the cover. Okay, right there. So by removing this one now, okay, we need to remove 2 nuts with 10 millimeters socket. These nuts hold that coolant pipe in place, guys. Okay, now right here we have to remove that thing, okay, out of the way. This is your camshaft position sensor. Okay, let me explain how you remove that thing now. It's a little bit tricky, guys. Okay, you have that brown thing that you need to slide up. After that, you press down, pull it out, disconnect it, that pipe will come out of the way like that. Now, you will have that hose connected actually to the air filter box. So you will need to disconnect this one when you have the vehicle, okay, the engine in the vehicle, excuse me. And after that, okay, that sensor here, you're going to press down and disconnect this one as well. Okay, perfect, like this one. Next, you have, okay, one clamp here that is holding these cables. So I'm going to go ahead, just spray on it a little bit. Perfect, get it out. Now, what else we need to do, guys? Let me explain. We'll come on this side now. You have 1, 2, 3 clips, okay, here that we need to remove. Okay, and those tend to break, guys. Sometimes they will break, you will have to replace them. I'll show you a trick now, okay? If they keep breaking, what to use, and sometimes it will help. So if you get a penetrating spray, guys, okay, spray on it a little bit. Spray them. That sometimes helps, sometimes doesn't. This one broke too, guys. Those are turbo clips. Okay, this one came loose. So we soaked it a little bit longer, came loose. Right here we have 1, 2. Third one is broken. This is for the intake pipe. And now what I'll do now, I'll go ahead and spray those as well. Okay, see if that is going to help some. We have one more here. Okay, let's see if those will come out now. In my opinion, this engine design is a little bit hard to work on, guys. But we will have a video how to service almost anything on it, so that's a good part, guys. Okay, this one came out too. You can see if you soak them, they don't break. Most of the times. Sometimes they will still break. Okay, this one flew away pretty high. So we're loose on that side now. Okay, towards the back right here, you're going to have one more place where it attaches. Just pull it out, okay, like this one. Now, we'll need to remove the ignition coils. Okay, and I will show you guys, okay, what else we need to do after that. So, for the ignition coils, I get a small screwdriver, we're going to disconnect each one of them. Okay, that red thing. Push it back. Okay, like that. Let me just get a close-up quick so I can show you. Okay, what I'm talking about, that red pin needs to be pulled back. Now you push down. You disconnect the wiring harness. You do that, guys, okay, for all three of them now. And this is the last one here. Perfect. Now, guys, we're going to get a 10mm socket and we will remove the bolts for the ignition coils. I just dropped one. So I pick the bolts, grab ignition coils, pull them straight out. Perfect. And we can continue now with the next step. What we are going to do now, guys, okay, we'll start removing a few bolts and nuts here and there that hold that valve cover to the engine block. And here, that hose, guys, okay, let's come on this side. This hose, okay, this is for the PCV valve. This is your PCV valve hose. So we'll go ahead and remove this one now. Okay, what I'm going to do, we will get a 8mm socket now, guys. So let's come up so I can show you. And we'll start removing, guys. Okay, we'll start removing here a few bolts around the valve cover, and we'll show you where each one of them is located. So I start now, guys. Okay, and start removing. So here we have one more in the middle. Now we have one more there that I need to disconnect. Okay, this one. We have the hose. This is for the PCV valve. PCV valve goes on top of the bolt, guys. Okay, came loose. So let's actually go on the other side of the engine. Okay, so you can see like that where things are now on the back side. That's why we have the engine removed, so we can show with a great detail where things are. Now right here we have one more. Perfect. We need to inspect everything on the inside to make sure that we don't have anything around the ignition coils. Okay, and let's see what else is holding now. So we have 4 more bolts, guys. Let us show you now where those are located. They're in the middle of the engine, guys. Okay, right here in the middle of the valve cover. We washed our engine, so they were wet, and that's why I didn't see them at first. So get those. So now, what else we need to do? Okay, we need to go ahead, guys. Okay, grab it. Okay, let me show you now for a second. Right here. Okay, we have a spot where you can just pry a little bit, okay, with a screwdriver. I still have a few bolts holding here and there. And we go ahead, grab it, guys. Okay, and we're going to pull it out. Okay, just like that, guys. This is the valve cover here. and valve cover. Gasket is on the back side, okay, of the cover right here. So now guys, okay, I'm going to use here the impact with a torque sturdy socket. Start looking bit. All the tools and parts that we use in our videos could be found in the description of the video below. And we're going to remove these bolts here now. Okay, you can see how many we have. That impact is amazing, so if you want to check it out, we'll have it in the description of the video below. You can find a link. It saves you so much time. Oh, I dropped this one in the spark plug hole. That's why I should have always spark plugs. So if something falls, you can pull it out. Otherwise, you have to take the engine apart to get it out. Now, that plate, we can gently, guys, okay, grab that plate and pull it out, as you can see, just like that. So we need an Allen wrench, 6mm now, okay, and right here, guys, we have, okay, a few bolts that we will need to remove by hand. Okay, it looks like those are extremely tight, so what I'll do, I'll break them loose by hand. Now, okay, we have torque specs on that engine. Videos, guys, will come for torque specs and all that stuff, so you know what to expect. I just want to get them loose, then I will use the impact so we can save some time. Make sure it goes all the way in, because those Allen wrenches are super easy to strip, guys. Okay. Hold on now, we need to explain you how to disconnect those as well. Okay, this one got a little bit tight, so let me grab this one and see if I can get this one loose. I just have one more now. Okay. Now, I'll get the impact, guys, and I will remove each one of them now. But before we continue, we're going to disconnect the solenoids. Now, right here, that yellow thing, you need to push it back, push down on the clip, pull it out. Okay, same thing for those. Never ever grab for the wires, guys. If you grab for the wires, you can pull them out of the clip and damage the clip. So if it doesn't want to come out, just press it harder. Same thing on this one here. We also need to disconnect now, okay, the timing solenoid right here. So the same thing, that yellow thing needs to, excuse me, the timing sensor. This is not solenoid, this is sensor right here. And later, okay, we need to just get it out of the bracket here. Okay, it will come out any minute now. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, perfect. Now I can go ahead and remove each one of those now. Now it could be under pressure, guys, depending where your valve stop and all that. You need to, guys, okay, now it's a little bit complicated. In order not to damage your engine, guys, you need to bring it to where, okay, the pistons are in the middle, okay, and you don't have any pistons at TDC point, because you can damage something that way. How you check that? Okay, our engine is completely seized, we're taking it apart, so we cannot move it, but you remove the spark plugs, guys, and once you remove the spark plug, you're going to get a push rod that fits inside, and you're going to turn the engine by the crankshaft, okay, and you're gently going to hold that push rod and see when cylinder 1, 2, 3 and 4, all of them are leveled. when they're leveled, guys, it means that they're in the middle of the engine, they're far away from the valves. Otherwise, okay, you can damage something, guys. So always have to be careful not to bend valves or anything like that. That's how we usually do it. Maybe it's not the correct way. Maybe there is another way to do that. We don't have the manual, so we work out everything on our own. So, now guys, what we are going to do, okay, this thing, we'll need to get a screwdriver, actually, okay, to start it somewhere, okay, so we can, okay, we can pry it up, you can see like that. Let me see now what we have on the back side holding here. Okay, it looks like I just have a few bolts holding. From what I can see. Okay, this bolt right here is still holding. A little bit. Okay, all those are loose now. I'll go ahead, grab it now, guys. Okay, this is the lifter here that needs to be on top of the valve. And we'll gently grab it now. Okay, the lifters may fall off. Okay, and we will pull it out, okay, just like that. So let me go ahead now, guys. Okay, and show you. Okay, we're going to put it on a piece of plastic so I don't damage it. Show you what it looks like now. We have, guys, lifters right here, hydraulic lifters that go right here. So those are very important lifters, guys. And on the back side you have more lifters now. Okay, right there. All those are hydraulic lifters for the valves, as you can see, guys. Those are hydraulic lifters right here. So this is, guys, the timing sensor right here. Unfortunately, they don't sell this one most places in the US. From that point on, guys, what you have to do, you have to replace the whole assembly if that thing goes bad. Now, if you have a spare one, you can remove it. And I thought that by removing so many things, we'll be able to get one of the timing solenoids, but those solenoids come together with the whole actuator. So the whole actuator, you have to replace it. You cannot replace a single solenoid on that engine, guys. You cannot even find the parts for that thing. And with wrench, okay, you cannot catch that thing. The only thing, guys, that would work, okay, for this, okay, what we could think of is if you get an offset box wrench, okay, we're going to get one, show you. Cut a slice in it so the wire can go through it, and we're going to go ahead and show you guys what the idea is about it. And that looks like either it's 1/2 or 13mm, guys, and you get the wrench, okay, or an offset box wrench. You cut it open right here on one side. This one is not too tight. You cut it open to where you can get the cable through it, and then you can come on this angle, guys, okay, and get it loose. But as you can see, even if you're in the US, guys, you cannot buy the sensor here. You have to buy the whole assembly. In Europe, you can get the sensor only. And I will have, guys, the links in the description of the video below if you need to buy anything like that. Check it out, we'll have it there. So hopefully, guys, the video will be helpful to any of you doing that repair. I know it's not easy, but at least it gives you an idea before you start on it. Thank you, guys, for watching. Please subscribe to the channel for more videos, and see you guys next time.